Hello friends, welcome to Lawyer's Kingdom. How are you doing today? Sedition laws in India have long been a topic of debate and concern due to their potential impact on freedom of speech and expression. Under Section 124A of the Indian Penal Code, IPC, sedition is defined as any act that brings or attempts to bring hatred, contempt, or disaffection towards the government established by law in India. The punishment for sedition can include imprisonment for up to 3 years, a fine, or both. Critics argue that the sedition law is vague and susceptible to misuse, often leading to the stifling of dissent and curbing of legitimate expressions of criticism against the government. In a landmark judgment in 2018, the Supreme Court of India sought to address some of these concerns. The court clarified that the sedition law can only be invoked when there is an incitement to violence or a call for public disorder. Mere criticism of the government, even if strong, should not be considered seditious. The judgment was seen as a significant victory for freedom of speech advocates, as it set a higher threshold for invoking the sedition law and offered more protection to individuals expressing dissenting views. However, the implementation and interpretation of the law continue to be areas of concern. Recognizing the need for a comprehensive review of the sedition law, the Law Commission of India submitted a report to the government in 2019 recommending its repeal. The report highlighted the law's vagueness, overreach, and potential for misuse to suppress dissent. It called for a careful balancing of national security concerns with the protection of fundamental rights. While the government is yet to respond formally to the Law Commission's recommendations, there have been significant developments in recent years. In 2022, the Supreme Court of India stayed the use of the sedition law until a thorough review is conducted by the government. This temporary halt was seen as a positive step towards ensuring that the law is not misused and that it aligns with constitutional principles. In 2023, the government announced its intention to review the sedition law, signaling a willingness to reassess its effectiveness and impact. This step is encouraging and raises hopes for potential reforms that would safeguard free speech while addressing legitimate concerns related to national security. In the meantime, it is crucial for individuals to be aware of their rights and exercise caution when expressing their views. It is advisable to seek legal advice if one finds themselves arrested or charged under the sedition law to understand the available legal remedies and options for defense. As citizens, it is essential to stay informed about the evolving legal landscape, actively engage in responsible speech, and advocate for reforms that strike a balance between safeguarding national security interests and upholding the fundamental principles of free speech and expression. Example: in 2018, Kanhaiya Kumar, a student leader at Jawaharlal Nehru University, was arrested on charges of sedition for allegedly raising anti-national slogans at a protest event. Kumar was released on bail after spending 10 days in jail. The Delhi High Court later dismissed the charges against him. Case study: the case of Kanhaiya Kumar is a classic example of how the sedition law can be used to stifle dissent. Kumar was arrested for merely expressing his views, which were critical of the government. The charges against him were eventually dismissed, but the experience had a chilling effect on free speech in India. The sedition law is a colonial-era law that was originally designed to suppress dissent against the British Raj. The law has been criticized for being vague and for being used to silence dissent. In recent years, the law has been used to arrest and charge a number of people, including students, activists, and journalists. The Supreme Court of India has issued a number of judgments on the sedition law. In 1962, the court held that the law could only be used to punish speech that was capable of creating disorder or disturbance of public peace. In 2018, the court held that the law could not be used to punish speech that was merely critical of the government. Despite these judgments, the sedition law continues to be used to stifle dissent. The government has not yet repealed the law, and it is likely that it will continue to be used in the future. It is important to be aware of the sedition law and to exercise caution when expressing your views. If you are arrested or charged with sedition, it is important to seek legal advice. To stay updated, please like, share and subscribe our channel.